Hey guys, let me get set up here. Hello, hello. Hey Pebbles. Woo. Hello, hey guys. Welcome, welcome. I just got back from Chicago and I was with 6,000 of my wise sisters. And I was the crazy girl walking around with my phone periscoping the entire time. And everybody, hey Hannah, everybody was like, what are you doing with your phone? I couldn't believe the amount of people, hey, I love you. I couldn't believe the amount of people who didn't know what Periscope was and had no idea the amazingness of it. So I'm going to do a quick little walkthrough and kind of give you a step-by-step of exactly how this Periscope app works. Hey Gio, Karina here, Elite Unique Presenter, and I'm doing a little walkthrough for the newbies who are just joining Periscope and maybe aren't quite sure exactly how this works. So first things first, oh, thanks for the hearts. Hey, beautiful Ash Gal. First things first, that's important is to have a catchy title. So remember, this app is something that is worldwide and anybody can come in and see what you're talking about. So make it something that's catchy. We have found that when you put little emoticons in there, like hearts and smiley faces and stuff, then it's kind of catchier and kind of catches people's eye and they're more likely to click on it and see what you have to talk about. And so when you sharing your Periscope, so for instance, right now, if you swipe to the right, I think it's to the right, a little thing will pop up and it'll say share. You can share your scopes. Like if you're watching something that you want somebody else to see, you can swipe to the left. Okay, I always get it backwards. You can swipe to the left. I think it's Androids, you swipe up. And you will be able to share with the people that you're following whatever scope it is that you're watching. So when you are starting a Periscope and you click the little camera button, you'll see all these little icons. Like there'll be like a little arrow and a little lock and the little Twitter bird. The little icon that has the arrow, that's your location. All my girls, I want to make sure that you have your location off because you can like zoom in down to like the street that you're on, and we don't want that because this is worldwide unless you're doing a private scope, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So make sure that your little arrow is not highlighted and you're not giving your location because you don't want people to be able to see exactly where you are. Creepers. There are some creepers on Periscope. It is an amazing app, but there are sometimes some interesting people. So the little lock icon, that is for private scopes. So for example, if you want to do a private scope with just your team, you can click on that little lock and you can go through and you can choose exactly who you're sharing the Periscope with, and that way you're not searchable and it's not something that everybody can see. So that's a great option if you're wanting to do something private with just your group, if you're talking about like something specific with your company or whatever. And then the little Twitter bird, I'm your creeper, Hannah. The little Twitter bird is actually pretty cool because I don't really use Twitter. I have a Twitter account, but I never really use it. You can choose to log in and click the Twitter bird and it'll post on your behalf and it'll list all the hashtags that you are using and your title that you're using for what you're periscoping. So that's cool because it kind of is like a built-in option for you to network through Twitter as well. So that's what those little icons stand for. Make sure your location is off. And then when you start your Periscope, state your name, introduce yourself, and talk about why you're broadcasting. So like I got on here and I was like, hey, it's Karina and I'm talking about this how-to Periscope. Just say why you're chatting or why you're on there. Have a good thumbnail for your broadcast. So like when you start your broadcast, whatever the camera is on, thank you. whatever the camera is on when you start your broadcast, that's going to be your little thumbnail. So I started mine on the little, I may not be perfect, but parts of me are pretty awesome. I thought that was cute. You know, just, you don't want some random like pile of dirty laundry that's sitting in the background to be your icon. So make it something cute. Oh my gosh, stop it. um, On that note, did you know you can block people? I would never block you, but if there are creepers and you're periscoping and somebody's being obnoxious, you can click on them and you can choose to block them right there. Thank you. My husband calls it my mermaid hair. I'm hoping to go all purple. Why does the camera not start? I know, it is really weird, but when you double click the screen, it flips the camera around. So like if I wanted to flip the camera, I would just double touch the screen. And then that's how you flip the camera back and forth. So where was I? Yeah, have a good thumbnail because that's going to be the global thing in the feed. So you want a good thumbnail. Number 4, we're going to talk about, the call to action. So it's good to have interaction when you do a Periscope. So questions like, hey, you know, as people are coming in, hey, how are you? Welcome, so-and-so, welcome, so-and-so. And then once people start getting in there, you can say something like, well, where's everybody from? And then you can get people to comment and say where they're from, have them share it if you want them to share your broadcast with other people. Just make sure you get, hey, Alabama, make sure you get some interaction going in your Periscope because it's, you know, a lot more interesting when there's conversation instead of you just sitting there talking at the screen, which sometimes you want to share information and it is just you talking at the screen, but it's always good to kind of get interaction. Whoop, whoop, the motherland, Texas. Yeah, baby. So call to action, that's what it is. And then number 5, okay, be mindful that, yay, Texas! That's where I was born and raised, and I'm in California right now, but I will be back in Texas as soon as I possibly can. That's what I keep telling my husband anyways. So be mindful that there's automatically, when you do a Periscope, it saves for 24 hours. So down in the corner when it has a number, when you're Periscoping, even if it says 0, just say what you have to say and know that it's going to be, you can put in an auxiliary cable in your car and listen. Yeah, that's a great option to do. But be mindful that this is a replay option. So somebody can go back and click on your profile and they can watch this how-to tutorial. Even if they couldn't catch you live, they can go back and they can watch it. So be mindful of that. The other day, one time I clicked on somebody's, I was really bored and I was watching some random person and he literally started it and he was like this. Not saying anything, like literally just sitting there in the camera, like waiting. I guess he was waiting for people to join and start talking. He didn't say anything, didn't introduce himself. And, you know, even if people were to come in and he were to start a conversation, remember that replay watchers are going to sit there watching you staring at the camera for 30 seconds. And it's just kind of awkward and boring. And, you know, you want to catch people's attention right off the bat so that they'll want to watch the whole thing. So just be mindful that it is a replay. Don't sit there and stare and be awkward. If there's nobody there when you started, just go ahead and introduce yourself and start talking about what you want to talk about. And then as people come in, you can say hey to them and start a conversation. Thank you. I'm intentional with that one eyelash. So share and promote. Okay. So, for example, when I was planning on doing this how-to, I took a snapshot of my profile for Periscope and I got on Facebook and I was like, hey, I'm doing a how-to tutorial in 10 minutes. Promote yourself on Instagram or Facebook or whatever program that you're on outside of Periscope and let people know when you're going to be on and give them a heads up and just promote yourself and let them know so they have the option. Uh-oh. Does anybody else see me? Did everybody lose me or did just one person lose me? Because I can get back out and get back in if I need to. Can y'all see me? Okay. Okay, maybe she just had a bad connection or something. Okay, good. Okay, yay! So, yes, share and promote yourself. Let people know when you have something really important to talk about. Or, you want people to get on there with you to talk about whatever. Okay, so 7 hearts. As y'all know, you're killing me, Hannah. As y'all know, the hearts. Now, to send a heart, you tap the screen and you'll see hearts coming out. That's also another call to action. If you're, is Hannah not, oh, she's crazy. That's another call to action. If you're asking a question and you can say, can everybody see me? Give me some hearts. And then if a bunch of hearts come up, then you know that people can see you. That's just an example off the top of my head. Yes, you only get 500 hearts per session. So if you're one of those people that's really wanting to boost somebody up and give them a bunch of hearts and you're sitting there tapping it constantly, you would have to log out and then log back into their session to give them some more hearts. And hearts, basically, I don't know if you've had time to play around on your Periscope or not, but you can see, like, in your home feed, it'll show you, like, the people with the most hearts are kind of bumped up on the list. And so your profile is shared more if you have more hearts. So hearts can be something that you could do the whole time and you're just showing them some love, or it can be a way to agree with what somebody's saying without having to type something. That is just a kind of way to communicate with each other without having to type in. Interactions are live. Obviously, y'all know that. You have the ability to go in and type something and have interesting content. You don't want to get on there. My mom, I introduced her to Periscope today, and I was just cracking up because she was just going into random people's Periscopes, and she'd be like, so what's the point of this? What is this person doing? They're just sitting on the couch, and they're not doing anything. And, like, one of them that she was watching was, like, this 16-year-old little boy, and he was literally just sitting there on the couch, just looking at the screen, and he would comment anytime somebody would say something, or it was just, like, so pointless. Bug bites. That was great content. I loved the bug bites with Mom. That was really good. Yeah, so get on there, be intentional, say what you need to say, and get off, especially if you're trying to, from a business aspect, you know, build up your brand and what you have to say. You want to have, you know, some sort of meat to the content instead of just getting on there and staring into the camera. So, I think I really covered all the basics of Periscope. Am I forgetting anything, or does anybody have any other questions? Oh, I know one thing that we talked about that I forgot to talk about was, so when you Periscope, it will automatically save only for 24 hours. So when you go, like, if this Periscope will only be on my profile for 24 hours. There is an option to auto save your broadcasts. You'll go into your settings and you will save your broadcasts into your camera roll. And what you can do is then turn around and upload it to YouTube. Like if it's something really important and you want to save it to be able to share it with people, you can upload it into your YouTube and then delete it off of your phone. Yes, you can. If it's terrible, like one time, I think, Kim, you were on the one where my kids were literally like banging the door down. You can go through and you can swipe and delete that. Desiree, there should be an option on your home page where in the right hand corner it'll say edit, and you should be able to click on your edit button and you can change all your information. Hit the wheel, edit, hit the wheel, yeah, and then it'll change it out for you. What else was I going to say? You can't save other people's broadcasts, which stinks because that would be really cool to be able to save it to yours. Tried, no luck. I don't know. Are you logged in through Twitter, or are you logged in like through... I've tried to and it doesn't let me either. Do y'all have Androids or iPhones? Just out of curiosity, because I don't know, maybe it's something to do with that. Because I know iPhones, that's how it is. iPhone, I don't know. That's really weird. Does anybody else have any suggestions? I had to create a Twitter because I didn't have one. Maybe try doing that. Okay, maybe try switching it to your Twitter. Yeah. I don't use my Twitter, but I do have an account, so I don't know, maybe that's why I haven't had an issue. Maybe it just let me do it because of that. Yeah, I can't figure Twitter out. I'm one of those people that just doesn't do it. But yeah, like the lash thing, like why not do something with one lash? Because there's some stranger that's bound to get on there and say, nice. I always have somebody say, you know, maybe you should match your eyelashes, or maybe, and I'm like, oh yeah, well that's my 3D plus mascara, and that's nothing. Look at the huge difference. And then that gets a whole nother conversation going. So I like to do one eye broadcasts because the proof is in the pudding. Go to 3 heads. Click you. Edit is on the top right. Hit it and change. Yes, up in the right, the little 3 people circle. That should help. Play around with it and then message me if you still have problems with it. But aside from that, I think I covered all the basics of the whole Periscope thing. Y'all, this is just so cool. You can hop in on scopes all over the world. So Mom and I were like looking around Russia today and at the different beaches. It's a really, really cool way to network. Makeup, do your makeup. If you're sitting there at your desk doing makeup, then just pop on Periscope and maybe don't even promote Unique, just start doing your makeup, and people are going to be like, oh my gosh, what is that? What color is that? What are you using? And then you can it kind of opens the door for you to talk about those things. Or whatever you're looking to share. Screenshots, I'll PM you at it. Perfect. Okay, we'll get you guys taken care of so y'all can figure out how to change your pictures. I know I was stuck with my initials as my name for like the first week because I couldn't figure out how to do it. So I know how frustrating that can be. But thank y'all so much for tuning in with me. I hope this helped. I hope I didn't leave anything out. If I did, send me a message and we'll get it figured out for you. But y'all have a great day. Tomorrow's school starts, so I gotta go get all my kiddos' clothes ready for tomorrow. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good day.